Hello and welcome to the September 22nd episode of This Week in Kirkland, the official podcast of the city of Kirkland, bringing you timely topics and noteworthy news delivered to you every week. I'm your guest host, David Wolbrecht, in for Jim Lopez, and I'm joined today by two members of the podcast team.
Hello, I'm Sue Romero.
And I'm Anthony Girardi.
And here are the stories we're covering this week.
We'll have a recap of the last city council meeting. Talk about Houghton Beach and how it's closed. Yep, I know. Council participation in Pollution Prevention Week.
Ooh,
We also have a Kirkland firefighter sharing his experience helping in Maui. We'll talk about our No Idling campaign, and you can learn how to make your landscaping sustainable.
We also have Kirkland Forest Day celebration coming up. We've mentioned that before, but some more details and some other upcoming events. But first, our big story of the week. The Kirkland Community Police Academy is coming up.
KPD is now taking sign-ups for their annual Community Police Academy. This happens every Wednesday for 7 weeks.
Wow.
Starting October 4th through November 15th. It's a 3-hour class on the Wednesdays, 6 to 9 p.m.
That's a time commitment. That's amazing.
It's a long time.
I'm doing it this time.
Oh, you're like
Yes.
signed up and participating.
Yes, I want to know
Awesome.
what's happening.
Hey, well, give us an update as we go.
I
Yeah.
will.
Well, if you are interested in joining, it's meant to give Kirkland community and business members a working knowledge of the KPD. And that includes an intro to the community service unit, SWAT, corrections, even the canine unit if you're
I
a
know.
canine fan.
K9, there you go.
Yep.
Well, it's a combination of in-class lectures and hands-on activities, including training simulations and investigating a mock crime scene.
It's going to be so cool.
I've seen some pictures. The mock crime scene is no joke. I think our folks go all out to kind of try to give folks a real experience of, here's an accident. We got to figure out what's going on. So.
I'm a sucker for escape rooms, so
Oh,
if
golly,
it's anything like that.
I don't think there's the time pressure. That feels like it'd
Even
be
better.
an added element to it. But
It's not like the first 48 is combined into that.
I don't know the reference. But I
Remember, like the first 48 hours in a missing persons case
Oh,
is
got
the
it.
most
Yes,
important.
Yeah.
those are the types of things you might learn at Community
Right,
Police
there you
Academy.
go.
So
There you go.
information in our show notes, which you can find at kirklandwa.gov/podcast. We also had a council meeting this past week.
Sure did.
And the council met on September 19th. The business agenda included a public hearing on a resolution to support Parks Proposition 1, after which the council voted 6-1 to approve the resolution. Council also received a special presentation from the Association of Washington Cities.
The council also approved the addition of 2 new full-time employee positions as overhires to support pedestrian and bicycle safety priority projects and the finance department.
And before the business agenda, they held a study session. They received an update on the Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Belonging 5-year roadmap, including the status on all 68 of those roadmap objectives.
The council received a briefing on the Transportation Master Plan. And just a reminder, if you want to watch either afterwards or during the meetings, you can always tune into our YouTube channel, the city's website, or our Facebook page.
And the next city council meeting is on October 3rd.
Also, as Sue mentioned, Houghton Beach is closed again.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, King County Public Health found bacteria levels to be too high, and so they're recommending closing the beach to water activities.
And we'll let you know when that reopens.
That's right. Speaking of water, our couple council members participated in Pollution Prevention Week this past week.
Yeah, what'd they do?
Yeah, so Mayor Penny Sweet, Councilmember Toby Nixon, and our Public Works Director, Julie Underwood, joined several of our storm and surface water staff to mark a drain in front of City Hall with a commemorative storm drain marker with the message, "Only rain down the drain."
Council also issued a Pollution Prevention Week proclamation at their meeting on Tuesday. Now, Kirkland has more than 17,000 storm drains that help prevent flooding in our streets
That's a
and
lot.
connect directly to our creeks, wetlands, and lakes. So, preventing the pollution down those drains is definitely important.
Super important, yeah.
And we have about 10,000 more drains to mark, so
Oh, so we've marked some of them to help remind folks only rain down the drain.
yes. And we will keep marking them until we're done.
Wow.
Almost
Well,
halfway there.
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
there you go. Well, we have an excellent story coming up here. So if you recall, a few weeks ago, we talked about how one of our Kirkland firefighters was deployed to Maui to kind of help with the recovery effort from the wildfire there. So, Sue, why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah, this is Lieutenant Ty Koisten, and he was there in Maui for 17 days helping. His story is so just so interesting. So, first of all, Kirkland Fire, they just joined the Washington Task Force 1, this part of a national search and rescue group. So he was the very first firefighter from Kirkland to go as part of this team. That was very cool. And he said, coming back, he said just seeing the people on the task force just in his group, and that included, not only firefighters, but doctors, medics, law enforcement, dog handlers. They all worked together, and they had to adapt really quickly because he was like, we don't know where we're sleeping. We don't know what we're doing.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, every day was different that he was there. And I asked him, what did it look like there when you got to Maui? And he's like, it is surreal. The level of destruction was just like... Wow. Yeah, he'd never seen anything like it. And so, so many homes, buildings, and he even said there were burnt out fire engines that they saw, while the fire was burning. So that was a daily reminder of what they had to face every day. Wow. And so his mission as part of this group was to search for people. And they went to every single house. They moved like metal, and it was hot. The ground was hot.
I bet, yeah.
And they had to use dogs to assist them. And the poor dogs, they had to wear booties and, tape on their paws because the ground was like 160 degrees or more. And they had to rotate the dogs. So
oh my goodness.
The search and rescue team ended up using about 40 dogs to help.
Oh.
Just an amazing story. And he got back after 17 days and was like, the one thing I want the community to know is that Maui still needs a lot of help. Like the groups are always going in there to help, but it's going to be a while till they're back to where they were before.
Wow. Well, that is a really impactful story. And, so much thanks to Lieutenant Koistinen for kind of stepping up and helping our Maui neighbors. And,
it's great that we can offer that support.
Yeah. It just makes me, feel grateful for all the people helping out in the world. And, wow. Okay.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, amazing story. Well, thank you, Sue. All right. In other news, we are encouraging you to don't just sit there and idle. If you're going to be parked for more than 10 seconds, you can help protect our environment by turning your vehicle engine off. Although, please note, don't do this at stoplights.
Yeah. You'll get honked at.
Yeah, and it's not a good plan. But so reasons why we might do this.
Well, when you are idling, it wastes more gas than restarting your engine. It also increases air pollution by emitting pollutants that impact your health. And it damages your car's engine by causing fuel residue to build up and damage the engine components. So look for the Go Idle Free banner. It's making its way around Kirkland parks, and take the No Idling Pledge.
Yeah. And just a big shout out to our volunteers. This is really like a community volunteer-led effort. The city's supporting, but it's really our community members who are really driving this awareness campaign. So
nice pun.
Yeah. Oh, unintended. All right. Well, in the environmental area, learn how to make your landscape sustainable. So you can take a hands-on workshop to learn about water-wise gardening, native plants, and easy maintenance.
Sounds like something I would love. If I could just keep plants alive, period. So
is that a challenge point? I think you've mentioned it before.
Yeah. That's why I like fake plants. So the details of the workshop are happening Sunday, October 22nd. It's from 1 to 2:30 at 132nd Square Park. You do have to register. And the instructor is Jessie Bloom. She's a certified arborist and ecological designer.
Wow, cool.
Perfect name for that job, too.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's a free workshop for Kirkland community members, but pre-registration is required. And now this workshop is actually part of a larger celebration. We've mentioned it before, but the Kirkland Forest Day celebration is coming up on that same day, October 22nd, up at 132nd Square Park. So we'll have a lot of cool stuff, including...
We're doing a ceremonial tree planting.
Ooh, fun.
Of course.
I wonder what type of tree.
Ooh, that's
Any
a good
guesses?
question.
I'm going to guess...
A fir of some kind.
Ooh, that's a good... I was going to say a pine. I mean, it's not super, local for this area.
I'm
but
guessing it's a real tree, not a fake tree.
So that's a pretty umbrella guess, but we'll give it to you.
Safe.
Okay.
Well, the ceremonial tree planting is at 12:30 p.m. if
Okay.
you want to, start your bedding pools now, and we can go down there and see what it is. Again, you do need to pre-register for this event to receive up to 2 free trees at that tree giveaway event.
That's right. We mentioned that. Mhm.
You can also volunteer with Green Kirkland Partnership to help restore the Kingsgate Park and South Norway Hill Park. Registration info will be down in the show notes.
Yeah. And just a reminder that those show notes can be accessible at kirklandwa.gov/podcast.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now we got some other upcoming events. And now there are only 2. How many? 2 remaining opportunities to visit the Juanita Friday Market on Fridays, obviously, from 3 to 7 p.m. at the Juanita Beach Park. So up until the end of September. Pumpkin spice coffee recipes available this week. Yeah. Are y'all into pumpkin spice things?
Not a big PSL fan myself.
PSL, I've never heard the acronym.
Yeah, you got to shorten things here in the city.
Okay. Yeah, all right.
All about our acronyms, as
Yeah,
Jen
it's true.
says.
I'm all about coffee, so.
So, hey, there you
sure.
go. Also, we also have our
Fall recycling event,
Ooh,
Saturday,
fan
September
favorite.
23rd from 9 to 3. This is happening at Lake Washington Institute for Technology in the South parking lot. Don't get lost. Some items will have a fee to recycle, so bring some cash.
Oh, okay.
And also, don't forget about Wheels and Reels, September 30th and November 4th. That takes place at Juanita Beach Park. Starts at 7 p.m. Remember, no limos, no RVs or buses.
I failed to clarify if monster trucks were allowed.
Okay, well,
Anthony,
I'm still going
I'm
out on
bugged.
that ledge
Okay.
then.
Yeah.
Registration is required. It's $20 per vehicle. Also, no alcohol, no tailgating.
And that brings us to our last story of this week. You can give one, get one at our Halloween costume swap. Sue, I think you were talking about this last time. This is, have you gone through your bins yet?
I did go through my 6 bins of Halloween costumes / accessories.
Oh my gosh.
And I have a reusable bag full of
Yay,
some
look at
costumes.
that. Nice. I know you mentioned the unicorn onesie before. What else is on the list?
I think a rocket.
A rocket?
Rocket
like-
from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, got it. I was like, Saturn V, like whatever it is.
Atlas, right?
yeah.
I actually call my costumes their names.
Yeah, right. Rocket. Oh, okay. Rocket
And
raccoon.
also, there's
okay.
I have a mouse onesie for a child. That would be good.
Wow.
Yeah, and Batwoman.
That's
Randomly.
a nice spread of comic universes right
Yes.
there.
It is.
Great. Okay, and so, well, Sue, why don't you describe a little bit of how this works?
Yeah, so next week, bring in your gently used costumes and accessories from Monday to Friday, September 25th to the 29th, and drop them off either at the North Kirkland Community Center or Kirkland City Hall. Then come to the swap event on Saturday, September 30th from 11 to 1 at City Hall and get your new-to-you costume.
Anthony, you dressing up for Halloween this year?
I am. We're trying to figure out what we want to do.
Okay. Yeah, it's still a little early.
Yeah.
What? No, it's not.
No.
What are you
it's-
talking about?
Yeah, I think this weekend we're decorating the house. So,
Okay.
but
There
no,
it is.
right now I think we're leaning Morticia and Gomez from the Addams
that's
family.
Okay.
You know,
Very timely.
Yeah, Wednesday kind of
Yeah.
put that back on the cultural map. So
Yes.
There you go.
Okay.
Well, this is a great way to get started in the spooky season, but did you know that A, more than 100,000 people call 911 to report ghosts every year? B, that bobbing for apples started as a Roman dating game? Or C, that I'm totally not too old to go trick-or-treating. Yes, this is a costume, Mom. I'm going as a podcast writer.
did you record C from my conversation with my mom this morning? Because I feel like that is a yearly conversation we have with her.
This might be there might be multiple answers that are correct on this one. I'm
D,
thinking.
all of the above?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I would imagine a lot of people are calling the police for ghosts. I
Yeah.
think it's probably A.
That's what I was going to say.
100,000
Okay.
people, that doesn't sound like that much.
I mean, across the country, maybe, yeah,
Right.
or world. I don't know. Well, that might be happening, but it is in fact B.
Really?
The tradition of bobbing for apples started as a Roman dating game.
That's weird. How did they like put names on the apples?
I have
and
no idea.
I want
I'm sure there's
Bill.
a Wikipedia entry or something.
Well, on your next Valentine's Day party,
Yeah, hey, there
Bob
you go.
for apples.
idea.
All right.
Remember to dig through your Halloween stuff like I did and come to the costume swap next week.
Yeah, and that does it for this week. You've been listening to This Week in Kirkland. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Special thanks to Kate Ryan and Chris Peterson for their behind-the-scenes magic.
Thank you, guys.
And our next episode is Friday, September 29th. Until then,
Stay connected, Kirkland.